So a couple things that stand out for me from that 20 minutes we just watched is the competing versus creating. I think this is a big one for people. So he talks about competing against the 95% of people. That's where all the competition is. That's where everybody's, comparing themselves, competing for the next promotion. Everybody lives in that 95% because they're not really creating anything. They're not doing anything original. They're just doing what they think they should and competing against that 95%. So if you shift that to be creating, and whether that's creating a different map for how you do your job, whether that's creating different ways to sell yourself to your boss, whatever that is, just you need creativity. And especially in the world that we're moving into with all this AI stuff, it's going to replace a lot of jobs that humans are currently doing. And so in order to really capitalize on that and take advantage of this next part in history, you have to be a creator. And I'm not saying you have to start your own YouTube channel or be an influencer on Instagram. That's not the idea here. You don't have to create content, but start creating more, because when you create more, you never know who's going to see that. We have this beautiful thing now called the internet, where you can create something, you can put it out there for the world to see, and you never know who's going to see that. It could be your next boss. It could be your next business partner. It could be your next wife or husband. But if you're not creating, you're not going to find that opportunity there. The next one, though, is planting thoughts. He talked about comparing your mind to a garden, to the earth, to the soil. And it's absolutely true. The earth doesn't care what you plant in it. If you plant it, if you care for it, if you water it, if you nurture it, it will grow. Whatever it is. He compared corn and a poison plant. And it's the truth. We kind of take for granted the fact that you plant anything into the earth and things just grow magically. But it's the same with your mind. If you're creating these thoughts over and over again, these poison thoughts in your head, that's what it's going to grow into, something that you cannot get rid of. So really pay attention to what you're planning in your mind, what you're planting in there. Positive thoughts working in one direction. The next part was the exciting adventure. I think that a lot of people just take things for granted every day. It's like, okay, well, we woke up again. I got to go to work today. Just go through the whole cycle of what you did yesterday and last week. And it's so boring. Even if it is more stressful and it takes more risk to do your own thing, or, start something that you wouldn't usually do, making yourself uncomfortable there, that's part of life. Life should be an exciting adventure, no matter what you're doing, but you should seek that. Find something that gets you out of bed every morning. Find something that excites you, that, because when you're excited, you're going to do much better work in whatever career path you're on or whatever industry you're in. If you're excited to do it, you're going to do much better work. So seek that out. The next one here, and kind of just on that, Jason says, there's a comment here in the YouTube from Jason. So it can be easy. It seems to come natural for you. And it's not, but it's exciting to me. It excites me to, you never know who's going to be watching the show today. You never know who's going to message you after the show or leave a comment on it or reach out to do an interview or whatever it is. If you're working towards something and you know what that is and it's exciting to you, you're going to do it well. And, if you could see my notepads every day, there's some words there, but it's all just coming from in here because it's exciting to me. And so it's not natural for me. It's just something I'm excited about. And when you're excited about something, you put more energy into it and you can spend more time in it. When you spend more time in it, you're more knowledgeable about it. So find something that is exciting to you, whatever that is. And the last one here is the ability to sell. I think that a lot of people just hear the word sell. They think of like a car salesman or a realtor or a financial advisor. They think of selling as a very negative thing, myself included. But as he said there, you're selling ideas to your family. You're selling ideas to your boss. You're selling ideas to your friends, your spouse. You have to be good at selling. And I think that even if you're not a salesperson in your career, the ability to influence people and sell and be creative and create, focus on that. Whether you have to read a book, watch a video, pay for a course, if you can learn to sell, you're going to succeed in life. If you have your goal and if you learn how to sell that goal on others, that helps it come into existence. So focus on selling. And this is something that I'm actually going to start putting a little bit more time and energy into as well. Because if I know my direction here, my goal that I want to work towards, part of that is going to be being a good salesperson to people. I understand that. Even though I'm not selling a gadget here or a car or a new product to anybody, I'm selling Bitcoin to people, and I'm selling people wanting to, because I understand the value of this community here. So I need to properly communicate that to people. So I know my goal. And if I can find a way to sell that on people, that's going to help me get there faster. So finding ways to relate to people, finding ways to influence people, finding ways to sell things, whatever you're working towards, you have to be able to sell that idea to people. So I wanted to point that out because, as I said, it carries such a negative connotation, but it's not. You have to be able to sell things if you want to get to where you want to go. So I think we'll leave it there. That was about half of the video today. It seems like my internet's a little bit better now, but we're an hour and a half into this thing. So as I said, I just wanted to bring this back into people's front of your minds. Watch it a couple times if you have to. But the only takeaway here is your one goal. Write it down. Think about it every single day, maybe 10 times a day. The more you think about it, the greater chances are it's going to happen. So really think hard about what that one thing is, not five, just one thing. Work towards that. And anything you put your energy and your time into is going to grow.